Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
She's going to share her testimony today.
Well, this is going to go back a long ways, and I mean a long ways when I was a little girl. I was probably 5 or 6, 7 years old, and we lived out in the country near Log Church, and that's where we attended church. And I can remember George Klaus. I don't know how many of you know him, but he would preach, and he did a lot of preaching back then, and he would scare me to death. I would cry while he was preaching because I was afraid I was going to die and go to hell. So anyway, I'm thankful for those times because he was preaching the truth. And I went to Log Church until probably I was about 8 or 9, and then I had to come to Kansas City, and I was in St. Luke's Hospital for quite a period of time. And while I was there, my daddy was a carpenter, and he built us a new house in Cassville. So when I got out of the hospital, I lived in Cassville, and we went to the Cassville Church of God Holiness, and it was there that I got saved. And I don't know that I really stayed all that true all through high school, but then when I got out of high school, I got back to where I should be. After I graduated, I moved to Springfield for just a short period of time and lived with my sister and brother-in-law, and I worked in Springfield for a little while. And then I moved back home, and I was needing a job, and so I don't even know, I answered this ad in the paper. It didn't really give any details about it. And then Daddy and I were sitting on the front porch one Sunday afternoon, and Emery Melton, that owned litho printers in Cassville, came and asked me if I wanted a job. And so I started working at litho. And it was while I was there that I learned a lot about printing. I worked there for 12 years. And during this period of time, I had a really, I don't know how to explain this, it was really a dark trial. It was just like pressing in on me constantly. How do you know there really is a God? And I was fighting that, and it was like a physical fight. And Tommy Becker was our pastor, and he helped me through that. And I finally, from fleeing from the devil, got rid of it. He left me alone, and I was okay. And so after this, I began to think maybe there was something else I should be doing instead of working at litho. And so I asked God to show me if there was something else he wanted me to do. And so not too long after that, I was contacted by Herald and Banner. I hadn't applied for a job or anything, but I was contacted wanting to know if I would come to work there. And so I drug Nita along with me, and we came to Kansas City. She checked out the school, and I interviewed with Carlos Ross. And I decided that's what God wanted me to do. And so in the fall of 1974, I moved to Kansas City, and I started work at Herald and Banner the day after Labor Day. And I'm still there.
Still there.
And so I had felt like that's what God wanted me to do. Well, after I started working there, I had another one of those dark times, and it was Omar Lee that helped me through that.
Praise the Lord.
He told me that I wasn't believing what the devil was trying to tell me because I was fighting it too hard. And so that helped me to get through that period of time. And so I don't know, there's been lots of hard times and trials, but the Lord has been with me the whole time. And I feel like, on looking back on my life, that he was guiding me from the time I was that little girl, and the time that I got the job at litho printers, and then the time that I was called to work at Herald and Banner. I felt like he led me through those times, and I'm glad he's still with me today.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Okay, Carl shared a testimony during Sunday school this morning, and I wanted him to share it again because I could not hear it for one thing. Also, some of you were not here. But, Carl, would you mind coming up and using the mic and telling me what happened to you? I think we all need to hear this.
This is it. Well, this week, I had a very unusual experience. One night I was sleeping and I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom and then I went back to bed and I laid there and I was praying for Shirley Buchanan. And I prayed for the Lord to touch my neck or give me
Yes,
quite a bit
yes.
of trouble. And as I was praying there, I felt a tap on the side of my leg, just a real light touch. And I said, well, somebody's in the house. I looked around, I didn't see nobody. And about that time, another little tap come on my leg. And that time I sat up and looked around. I figured maybe it was Shirley hit me on the leg or tapping me. And she was sound asleep. So I laid back down, and as I laid down there and relaxed, I felt another tap.
Uh-huh.
And I said, must be the Lord.
Yes, yes, yes.
And yeah, went to sleep.
Uh-huh.
I felt like the Lord touched me.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Thank the Lord. Yes, yes.
I have one more bit of good news. Some of you have been praying for Tara and Ken, our neighbors down the street. She called me this week and said that Ken had given his heart to Jesus on Wednesday.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
He had been kind of fighting it, but he'd been listening to people like Robbie Zacharias and people like that, and finally he realized that this is for real. And on Wednesday morning, as he woke up, he gave his heart to the Lord, but he didn't tell Tara until he came home from work that night. And when he came in, he goes, "I'm in," with this real serious look on his face, and she's like, "What?" And he was telling her that he had given his heart to the Lord. And then one of their sons that lives at home got saved last week. So there's only one son left in that household that has not given his heart to Jesus yet. And then they have 3 others that are away from home. But the song went through my mind after I heard that. Yes, he answers prayer today in the same old-fashioned way. He will grant us our petitions if we truly pray. He will help us when in trouble, lift the load of care. Yes, the God of battles lives and answers prayer.
Hallelujah.
That just kept going over and over and over my mind. And I just wanted to share with you all that our prayers are helping. And I think eventually maybe they'll come to church. She's planning on joining my Bible study after the first of the year. But I just wanted to encourage us to keep praying because God is answering prayer. Carl's testimony is evidence of that, and then the salvation of Ken. So I just thought it was exciting. I wanted to share it with y'all.
Thank you for praying. And